Alright, this is part 2 of constructing the Girih tiles. And in the last video, we constructed part of a pentagon, which gave us the 108-degree angle, and part of a decagon, which gives us a 144-degree angle. And then we chopped it in half to get 72. With these two angles, and the other video, which is how to transfer angles, we're going to go ahead and build, say, the rhombus. Maybe another one. So, fold this in half. So the rhombus, a rhombus is like a square that can't stand upright. And it has 4 equal sides. And we had already determined that this angle is 72 degrees. So if I pick a side, and I might require a certain side length, say 2 inches for everything. And so suppose we start with that. Now if I want to transfer this 72 degree angle over, what I have to do is make an arc. I'm just going to reuse one of the arcs already on here. There are so many. So I'll use this one. Right. Then I'll go down here and I'll transfer that arc. And then I go back up to the angles and I place the pointy end of my compass at one end of the arc and then the lead at the other. So now I have that distance, how wide the two lines are apart. Come down here, and it's almost there. I should extend my circular arc a bit. So this point is not the other corner. This point is not that point. The point we've just constructed is this one. It's just to help us make our rhombus. Now if I want, and I do, the sides to be the same, I can use my compass to transfer the distance. So this point is going to be the next point of my rhombus. So I've got this point constructed, this point, and this one actually. Now on a rhombus, the consecutive angles here are, they add up to 180. Or another way of thinking about this is that this angle in here is the same as this one. So this is also 72. So I can make another 72-degree angle just by copying this one right here that I've just copied. So I can take, I'll just reuse this arc to avoid cluttering. And then I notice where my point goes. It goes on the corner, the future corner of the rhombus, not on the end. Whoops, not on the end of the arc. All right. And then all I have to do is move the point of my compass back to the arc to transfer this distance. I'm transferring an angle, not a side. And then I connect this point with that intersection. And now I need the same side length. So we can connect. There it is. There's the other corner of the rhombus. And then I can connect these two. Now one of the things I might do, it's conceivable that I might ask you to do the decoration also. And some of the decoration is pretty easy to do, so let's talk about it. Some of it's just endpoint to endpoint. So I would need a perpendicular bisector on these sides. Say one over here as well. And if I ask for the edge decoration, I will definitely give folks some more measurements. And let's see here. I actually need a markup here too. So this gives me that mark as a bisection. And then, whoops. Gives me that one. So now I have the midpoint. So you can see that there's one of the decorations. Now I don't have to redo all of this because I have the midpoints of these sides, all right? So I can just go over here and transfer these midpoints. So I don't have to bisect everything. Now what about these two lines? Now this is where I would have to give you some additional angle information just so you're not spinning your wheels. Well, what do you think? You know, it's going to be one of these angles. Let's see if we can show it up close. It's the decagonal angle. It's 144 degrees. It's same over here. There's little bow ties, like a little mini bow tie. So all these angles, the decoration and also the tiles themselves, are fivefold. So that would require putting in a 144 degree angle here. But it would also require a couple other things. You would have to know what this angle is right here, so that you could draw. You would need to know that angle, right? So that then you could do the other one. And I computed these when I made the tiles, but I've since forgotten. This is 72, so I guess it wouldn't be too bad. Let's see. Maybe just for kicks, I'll put it in here. So I can transfer a 72 degree angle pretty easily, because here's one. And let's do that. So then I'll make another mark like that. So it's using that same angle copy. And then that point, it doesn't tell me how far to go, it just tells me that I need that angle. But then I would need to do the same. I would need to put a 72 degree angle over here. So if I ask for the edge decoration, I don't necessarily have to only ask for one tile, because now constructing one tile is quite a bit of work. If I don't ask for the edge decoration, then I can ask for several tiles. The tiles themselves are a certain amount of work. And it's not that it's hard per se, but rather that you're having to use a lot of tools, and there are multiple ways of doing it. And that can be a little unnerving. So this is part of the bow tie. And so we could do, again, another angle copy here. I'm just copying angles, and the difficult thing really is keeping track of that's right, keeping track of which mark means what, and that is confusing. Right there. And for this last little bit, we can use some symmetry. We know that the decoration is symmetric. So let me highlight what we did here. So I think having just done that, I think I'm not going to ask for the decoration to be done. It's because I think that's probably a bit much. And let me outline the finished shape. But the rhombus is fine. The rhombus just involves transferring lengths and transferring angles, bisecting angles. And the decoration is just more of that, but I think it would be a little overwhelming. So let's see. So we get there's that tile. And remember, most of this work was done constructing this part of a pentagon and part of a decagon. So the rhombus, okay. The decoration probably won't ask for. Okay.